What's going on, people? Brian Martin United here with another news show for you today. As always, I will keep it short. First breaking news: Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea, done deal, £40 million. I will get into that a bit later. First, going down the list, Rasmus Højlund. He's going to Napoli. We'll probably get confirmation by the weekend, so sit tight on that one. Sancho, he's going to Roma or the MLS, apparently due to his recent love interest in the rapper Sweetie. So could be seeing him play here in the MLS. Garnacho, as I just said, Chelsea, £40 million. Thank you for your services, sir. 144 appearances, 26 goals. I wish you the best, except for when you play against us. Now, what's interesting about that 40 million is that Rasmus Højlund is being valued at around 39 million pounds by Napoli. I mean, do you think Rasmus and Garnacho are on the same level? I kind of feel like we got a little screwed on the whole Garnacho deal. I was looking for more like 60, 65 million. 40 million is what we're getting. Hopefully we can put that towards, a new midfielder or goalkeeper. Although I know we're looking at Sin Layman's, but I will come back to that one in a moment here. But yeah, Garnacho, done deal. 40 million. Hoping that is put to good use. So yeah, not much to say there. Tyrell Malacia, he is being looked at by Roma, Celtic, Atalanta, and also now Elche and Lille. So we will see where he goes. Again, as I stated before, I think Atalanta would be a good club for him, but Lille wouldn't be bad either. Again, hoping to see him resurrect his career and enjoy his football. Anthony, Mr. Bettis, as I'm now going to call him, still waiting for that final bid from Real Betis. I don't know if it's been received yet. I think it was talked about a day or two ago, but I don't know that it has been passed over to United just yet. So we will see. I believe they're also looking at a $40 million deal for Anthony, but that's just what I've read here and there. Apparently, he has moved out of his luxury apartment and is now living in an airport hotel in Greater Manchester. That's according to goal.com. I've been to that airport. I've been to the area. Not a whole lot to do around there. So I'm not sure how he's keeping himself busy. Maybe he's, doing some juggling, some keepy uppies. And I don't know, because there's not much to do around there. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Anthony. Sin Layman's, he missed this game for Antwerp last weekend, as we know. So he's definitely going somewhere. The question is where. At one point, there's a rumor from ESPN FC saying that he is not being signed as a number one for Manchester United. And apparently Galatasaray took that news and decided to swoop in. Excuse me. Galatasaray are seemingly in the front seat, or in the driver's seat, I should say, to land Lamans. Or Layman's, however you pronounce his name. Apologies if I butchered that. So we will see. I am hoping that he comes to United and he can, get ahead of Andre Onana. Almost forgot the guy's name. See, that's how bad he was. I almost forgot his name. Hopefully that Lambs can get it ahead of Onana and Bayindir. But we will see. Honestly, on the whole goalkeeper situation, I want to see Tom Heaton at Burnley this weekend. If I see Onana in goal, I will tear out my hair. If I see Bayindir in goal, I will eat my hoodie. I mean, it's got to be Heaton. I mean, the guy deserves at least a chance, right? Like, I would say it's Burnley, but again, it was Grimsby, and you see what happened. So I mean, I can't even say that. So I don't know. Let's hope we see Heaton in goal. He'll at least do a steady job. Moving on. So my thoughts. I still have the ick from the Grimsby game. Still feel like so much to talk about from that. I mean, look, people are analyzing Amram's every move during that match. They're criticizing him for looking at his tactics board. To me, that's not a big deal. I mean, you do what you got to do to try and sort things out, right? Not watching the penalty kicks. I mean, again, I've seen Pep turn his back on penalty kicks. It's just a thing. They're tough to watch. So those two things aren't really the biggest things for me with Amram. I mean, to me, they're non-events, non-issues. My problem with Amram is just how he is just so fixated on this system. He is not changing it. He might change personnel a little bit here and there, but he is not changing the system. And I think that is hurting us. Some folks are saying, oh, the players are failing. The players are failing. But I mean, we've rotated players. We brought in new players. I mean, I don't think it's the players. I think it's the system. Now, again, my ultimate blame still lies with the hierarchy at Manchester United. I think the hierarchy is so screwed up and just not on the same page with anything that the results of that are bearing on the field, right? So I think that's really where the main problem is. Like I said in one of my other videos, it doesn't matter who you bring in, they're probably going to fail just given how the hierarchy is set up. Now, granted, I don't have any inside knowledge of that. I don't know exactly how they're set up. It just seems to be causing a problem and trickling down to the pitch, and the results speak for themselves, right? We keep bringing in these up and coming and superstar managers and players, and they all just fail, you know, all just fail, right? And you see the potential with each of them, whether it's the manager or the players, but they just inevitably do not work out. So I mean, that's got to be an issue with the hierarchy, some kind of way. I don't know if it's the manager wants certain players and the hierarchy is bringing in other players, or if the manager is under pressure to play certain players because they're big money signings, or maybe they've been given contracts that say you're guaranteed to play X amount of minutes per game or every game or something like that. I don't know what kind of pressure Amram is under from that standpoint. I don't know what kind of guidelines he's been given, but something is rotten in the hierarchy. That's all I can say, right? I don't think it's entirely the player's fault. I don't think it's entirely Amram's fault. I do place blame with both of them, the players and Amram. But again, my ultimate blame is somewhere up in that higher hierarchy, that echelon, upper echelon of Manchester United, right? So again, I do think Amram should leave. I think for his own sake, his own reputation, he should leave. I think due to his poor performances, he should leave. Losing to Grimsby is absolutely unacceptable. We shouldn't have gone to penalties. It should have been 3-0. The game should have been out of sight. So that that's a sackable offense to me, right? And I said that before. I said it time and again. I said that I would be Amram out if that happened, and that happened. So I am firmly Amram out. I'm not gonna flip flop like some other people. I am firmly Amram out. I am Amram out because of the reasons I just said, but also, like I said, because for his own sanity, his own sake, his own resume, his own image, all of that, right? I don't see it getting any better unless he really drills in a new system between now and Saturday, right? That's not a lot of time to change it up. So I fear that we will see more of the same on Saturday unless he is removed, and we will have the same, if not worse, result. And again, speaking of the Saturday, we play Burnley, right? Burnley newly promoted. So, I mean, yeah, I won't harp on that too much, but those are my thoughts on that. Um, oh, actually, one more point I did have to make on that with the formation rigidity from Amram. I went and I looked at like Arsenal, at Liverpool, at City, at other teams, other championship winning teams, I should say. And they do occasionally change their formations, right? They've changed their formations more than Amram has in the same amount of time. So, like, dude's got to wake up and change the formation, try something different. We can use the current formation when we feel like it would really work, but other times we got to change it up. We've got the personnel for it, right? We've got a multitude of players that can play in several different positions and give us different looks in those positions, and we can change the formation around that. So, anyway, let me get off of that for now. Quick reminders again. We are back at home. We are playing against Burnley. That match is, as I said, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. What is that? 7 a.m. Western time. If you were on the West Coast of the United States, or Western time, Pacific time, Western time, like cowboy or something. Anyway, what else do I have for you? Oh yes, the transfer window closes on September 1st. That is Monday. Transfer window closes for all the big five leagues Monday. So the clock is ticking. Garnacho is done. More to come. Please join me for the live stream for the match against Burnley. I will be live streaming probably starting 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so before the game. I really don't like getting on and just sitting here and blabbing at you for like 2 hours before the game starts, right? Like, I like to get in 15 minutes before. We'll chat. We'll get ready. Let me know what you think, and then we'll watch the match together and see what happens. Hopefully, a win. But with the way we're playing, I don't see that happening. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please follow me, Bry Mart UTD, Brian Martin. That is my Twitter handle. And, you know, I will change my light here in the back one time for Garnacho. You see my light back here is usually red. So, Alejandro Garnacho, that's for you, right? That's for you. Thank you for your service to Manchester United. Best of luck to you, but not when you play us. So, on that note, guys, I am out of here.